Well, Michael, it's another very significant game on Friday night.
Yeah, I think the rest of them are for the rest of the year. So Tigers in good form, and we're coming off a bit of a flat loss, so it should be a big game.
What did you take out of the Sydney game? It was sort of a strange game of footy. Didn't seem to ever get going. How did you assess it in the review?
It was probably a bit similar to last time. Last time we started slowly, and I think in both games, what we've been down by at quarter time, we've ended up losing by. So you see, you need to play 4 quarters of footy, and on the weekend we showed up for maybe 3, and we lost by what we were down by at quarter time.
You're still confident you can sort of match the best sides? I guess after quarter time on the weekend you showed that.
Yeah, I think that does show us that we can match it. But as I said, if you don't play 4 quarters of footy, you're not going to beat anyone, let alone the best in the business.
The Tigers 5 wins in a row, however not necessarily against top teams. Is good form still good form no matter who it's against?
Yeah, I think the Tigers will have a lot of confidence. As you said, 5 on the trot, and I think any team that wins that many games in a row is up and about. They've played some good footy, and I suppose it's a real challenge for us, and looking forward to it.
Did you look back at was it round 11 I think it was, when you had quite a big win against them? Does that get a look at this week?
We haven't had a look at Richmond just yet. I think we're about to do it soon. But yeah, we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at what they've done the last few weeks and see what we can do.
The fact that as a team you were denied a finals berth last year, does that provide any extra spur over these last final weeks, given you're fighting for a berth again?
I suppose so. You try not to think about that a whole lot, because it was extremely disappointing. But I suppose it adds a bit of extra incentive to try and get there and work as hard as we can to make the finals. And have that taken away last year was obviously gutting, and hopefully we can get there this year.
As a group, are you feeling a bit fresher at this time of the year than you have in the previous 2 or 3 where the team as a whole's dropped away?
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation with my old man a couple of days ago about that. In previous years, this time of year, we've probably been on the slighter touch, and this year I think it's the opposite. So it's always nice to have some pretty nice form leading into the pointy end of the year.
You feeling settled at centre half back now?
Yeah, it's taken me a while, but I am feeling quite comfortable. It was a bit of a slow start to the year for, I suppose, both Jake and I. But yeah, the last sort of couple of months of footy's been better, and lucky enough for me, I get to play alongside blokes like Cale Hooker and Dustin Fletcher, hopefully Michael Hurley next week, and these sort of guys make my job a lot easier.
Can you see you staying there permanently now, or do you think you're going to have to swing at both ends for the rest of your career?
I think for the majority of the time we'll be down back, but even on the weekend, Bomber showed that if things need a bit of work or something needs to change, that both Jake and I can be switched around. Do
you feel more comfortable as a defender?
Yeah, I do. I played the majority of my junior footy down back, and even early on in my career I was playing at centre back, full back. So I think just having that experience down there's been good for me, and to go back there this year's been great.
Confident Jake will be right on the weekend? We saw him going in for scans yesterday. Confident he'll play on Friday night?
Yeah, Jake will be fine. I think had a little bit of a look at his hip, but he was just mucking around there before, so he seems fine.
Another week on Job Watson. How's he coming along in his recovery?
Yeah, Job's flying. I think you guys have showed a bit of vision actually the last couple of weeks. We've been training out here and inside the hangar. Yeah, he's flying. He looks fit as I've ever seen him, really, to be honest. So hopefully he can have a good week on the track, and hopefully get him back next week.
Is that a bit of a bonus? Did you sort of think when he went down and you heard he had surgery that you might not see him again this year?
I suppose with the injury being a bit unusual, you don't really know what to expect. Early doors, yeah, it was a bit flat. The boys were a bit flat, thinking maybe we've lost the skipper for the entire season. But to his credit, he's done his rehab to a T, and he's looking fighting fit, and to get him back is a huge bonus for us.
So next week is looking like a realistic prospect?
Yeah, I believe so. I think all 3 of the boys, Big Joey and Mickey Hibbert, will be back next week, so all going to plan, of course, but that'll be fantastic for us.